Good evening, everyone, and thank you for coming out tonight. My name is Maria Karstarfin, Superintendent of the Austin Independent School District. On behalf of the administration, I welcome you to the public hearing this evening at our Central Administration Building here at the Board Auditorium at 1111 West 6th Street. And I'll ask Ms. Debbie Love to please step forward and make an announcement about the availability of interpretation services for this evening.
Muy buenas tardes, doctora Karstarfin. Si hay alguien aquí que quiere hacer sus comentarios a la superintendenta en español, estoy aquí a sus órdenes para ayudarles a comunicarse.
Great. The purpose of this public hearing is to receive public comment regarding the potential 2013-14 annual academic and facility recommendations. With me today is our board member, Lori Moya. She's the secretary of the board, and Paul Cruz, who's the chief schools officer. So without further delay, I will call you up in sets of 3, and I will keep naming those people after they come up so that you know that you are next in line to speak. And I'll start with the first 3, and then I'll announce from there after our first speaker finishes. First, we have Shirley Hartman, Ruth Lynn, and you have to, depending on how the handwriting is, and Sarah Traylor.
Yes.
Is Shirley Hartman? Oh, hi. Go ahead. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
My name is Shirley Hartman, and I am a social studies teacher at Covington Middle School. I've taught in AISD for the last 29 years, hired straight out of college. I taught at Travis High for my first 7 years and have been teaching at Covington for the last 22 years. My first 20 years, I was a special education teacher for AISD. I became a National Board Certified Teacher of Social Studies in 2005. I am also a parent of 2 children who went through AISD K through 12, and they both graduated from Aikens High School. I am telling you this just so I don't come across as a whiny teacher complaining that her school might be repurposed. I am a supporter of having a boys' leadership academy in AISD. However, I am not a supporter of repurposing a successful school full of students just because we're given a donation. Covington should be a model school for AISD to show the public today that diversity works. I strongly believe that it's not ethical to vote on repurposing a school unless every person who has a vote has spent a day on that campus. You cannot make this type of important decision without seeing and experiencing it yourself. Don't make these types of decisions by looking at data and judging a school by how it looks on paper. I invite each voting member to please spend a day with me and my students in my school, in my classroom. Come experience our diversity with our very professional staff and amazing, happy students.
Great, thank you. Ruth Lynn, Sarah Traylor, and Allison Leniski.
Good evening. Covington Middle School is named after 2 outstanding band directors, Weldon and Verna Covington. Mr. Cove was the first fine arts supervisor for AISD, and Mrs. Cove was the first female band director in the state of Texas. Mr. Covington taught at Austin High and several other schools in AISD and wrote their fight song. Mrs. Cove taught at Porter Junior High and had a very, very successful band program. They also had many influences in music education and the fine arts. Covington Middle School was named for them while they were still alive, and the Covingtons were present at many activities at our school until their passing. Covington Middle School currently supports a very diverse community and student population. Students can participate in multiple fine arts and participate in sports without having to choose one activity over the other. Students in band are in the football team, volleyball teams, they run track. They can also participate in art and theater if they choose. Band and choir are able to share students, and the ability to work together not only sets a good example for students, but also teaches students about commitments, time management, and balance. Covington offers band, choir, orchestra, art, theater productions, steel drums, and jazz bands year-round. Each year, the incoming 5th graders come to Covington for a fine arts showcase, And current Covington students go on tour to those feeder elementary schools. And year after year, students look forward to being part of this tradition. Covington should not be an option for the school for young men. Displacing an entire campus and community and having to send them to overcrowded schools, surrounding schools, is not the answer. Covington would not be a scenario if the district had not allowed transfers out of Covington and also denied transfers in. If the community and district would like a school for young men, please look at ALC somewhere not Covington. Thank you.
Sarah Taylor, Allison Leninsky, and, excuse me, Kurt, could you please get the rest of the cards? Please go ahead.
Thank you for this opportunity to discuss my experience with Covington. I have 2 young boys. I'm a working professional. My 8th grader is here to talk before you. My 4th grader is tracking to Covington Middle School. This middle school, to me, embodies everything that Austin ISD should strive for in its education strategy. We have a very diverse population. We have 55% of our population qualifies for school lunch. About 20% are 504, and about 11% are English as a second language. And despite these challenges, our children have almost passed federal No Child Left Behind standards. It is unconscionable, and it makes absolutely no sense for the board, our representative, Mr. Schneider, or anyone that values diverse, effective education to consider repurposing Covington. And I urge all of you to shelve that idea. I am not against a boys' academy. Your study hasn't supported the need for it, but if you think it's necessary, please choose another option. Thank you.
Thank you. Allison Leninsky, and please correct your last name if I did not get it.
No, that was me, and I just spoke. I thought you called my name as opposed to
Oh,
Sarah.
oh, I'm sorry. So
This is Sarah.
So this is Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Sarah Traylor, thank you.
Hi, I'm Sarah Trailer from Covington Middle School. Yesterday, we started petitions to help our school stay the way it is. As you can see, we love our school. We love smiling with our friends every day. We love learning from our teachers. If you go through with us as your decision, you should know that those smiles would disappear. The laughs would follow us out the door. You would be mopping up the endless tears along with the shattered hearts, and nothing will be the same. So please, don't change our school. We love our school too much to lose it.
Thank you. So now I have Louise. Louis Lenitsky.
Hello, my name is Lewis, and I am a football player, band member, and all-around student that supports Covington Middle School to its fullest. I believe that Covington should never be changed to a boys' school, not just because of the high academics. It will just never be the same. All of the spirits that Covington students have put in this school would be crushed into tiny little bits of pieces, and it would just never be the same. I have experienced great times during my middle school, and I reflect back down when I was in 5th grade thinking, should I go to small? And I decided no, because I thought this would be a great opportunity for me to learn. And I think that if we turn this into a boys' school, the generations younger than I, like my little brother David, will never have the same feeling that I would. Thank you.
So I'm going to name 3 names: Carla Hernandez, Britt Adams, and Marcela Faz.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
Good evening.
Travis Hayes está aquí celebrando nuestro siguiente paso del proyecto de innovación.
Travis Heights is here tonight to celebrate our next step in the Innovation School project.
Estamos siguiendo adelante para ser la primera escuela iniciada, charter en ISD iniciada por el campus.
We are moving forward with becoming the first campus-initiated in-district charter school in AISD.
Hoy estamos presentando las firmas en apoyo del 90% de nuestra comunidad escolar.
Tonight, we are presenting signatures of support from 90% of our school community.
Mi nombre es Carla Hernández y mi hija está en prekinder en la escuela Travis Hayes.
My name is Carla Hernandez, and my daughter is in pre-K at Travis Heights.
En las últimas semanas nosotros hicimos una reunión en los apartamentos
Last week, we held a meeting in my apartment building
en donde estamos viviendo. Hablamos del proyecto en 12 días.
and we talked about the project. In 12 days,
Tuvimos contacto del 90% de los padres de familia
we reached out to 90% of our school's families,
de la escuela y el 99% de los padres están a favor del proyecto.
and 99% are in favor of the project.
Yo soy una de las, yo soy la capitana de prekinder y estoy orgullosa de haber contactado a cada uno de los padres de familia
I am the pre-K captain, and I'm proud to say that we reached out to every family in our grade.
de nuestro grado. Y nosotros estamos emocionados porque estaremos por 7 años más creciendo con la innovación del proyecto.
And we are very excited because we will have 7 more years to grow with the Innovation School project
Y aprendiendo con la escuela Travis Hayes.
and to learn with Travis Heights.
Thank you. Britt Adams. Marisela Faz.
Hi, I am Britt Adams, and I am a special education teacher at Travis Heights Elementary. Our teachers and our staff also voted, and I am proud to announce that we have 97% signed in support of our campus-based in-district charter school. We are focusing on dual language, service learning, and blended learning, and we are already collaborating on a service learning grant with a teacher from Round Rock. We have been developing a vision for our school and working with the support of Austin interfaith leaders from all over the city who are working to improve public schools, and Education Austin's innovation grant from the American Federation of Teachers. We are ready to become the first school in our district where parents, teachers, staff, administrators, and community are full partners in our neighborhood school. Yay. And tonight, we also would like to thank Dr. Karstarfen, Dr. Cruz, Dr. Hohenstein, and the rest of their team for their continuous support and collaboration, as well as our school board trustees, and who have passed the policy that laid the groundwork for this project originally. And finally, thank you to the AIFR team. And also, we are proud to be a pioneering campus in our AISD community. Thank you.
Thank you. Marisela Faz, Christiana Faz, Isabella Gould.
Ready? Hello, my name is Marisela
Sorry,
Faz.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Could somebody reset the clock, please? Great, thank you.
Hello, my name is Marisela Faz, and I am the Covington Band President. I have had the pleasure of having 2 kids at Covington Middle School, a boy and a girl, with 2 totally different personalities, and both have had a successful middle school experience. Both of my kids have excelled academically and in the fine arts with the band. My son was inducted into the National Junior Honor Society and was ranked 2nd in district band and 4th in region band. My daughter is part of the Covington Young Philanthropists and also won 3rd place award by the Sheriff's Department for her Speak Out essay against bullying. My kids have done really well at Covington Middle School as a co-ed school and continue to do well. I don't agree with all boys school coming into the Covington Middle School and changing the structure of an exceptional school. And I just would prefer that they try and find somewhere else, like the alternative learning school, for to put the boys school in. Thank you.
Thank you. Christiana Faz, Isabella Gould, and Dawn Piper.
Hello, my name is Christiana Faz. I am a cheerleader band. Oh, I'm sorry.
There you go. A little more. There you go.
Hello, my name is Christiana Faz. I am a cheerleader, band student, honor student, writer, and a student of Covington Middle School. Covington is the best school I've ever been to. The school faculty is great, and the students are really friendly. I am pretty sure I would not have the nerve to get back up and try again if I would not have gone to Covington. I was influenced to do so many good things, like running, to writing, to playing my instrument. I won the Speak Out contest for the 2011-2012 school year. With the support of my 7th grade language arts teacher, I probably wouldn't be able to run 10 minutes without stopping without my athletics coach, and I definitely wouldn't be playing my instrument without my band teacher. My main point of all of this is to show Covington cares, and without these nice, inspiring teachers, I would not have succeeded at any of these things. Now for the students. My best friend is everyone I know, boys and girls. We don't care how you look or what you did. We just want to make friends, and Covington Middle School lets you do that. What I just said may not have made sense to you, but if you change our school, it will affect everyone, from teachers to students. Thank you.
Isabel Gould, Dawn Piper, and Laurie Hunter.
Go ahead. 10 years ago, I arrived at Covington Middle School. I immediately fell in love with the diverse population. There were so many students from various backgrounds, and as the years have gone by, our school has become even more diverse. But what I truly have admired about my school is how our girls and boys have achieved equally without stereotypes. This is an equal opportunity school. It works. It is successful. Girls and boys achieve and compete on a daily basis. They have learned to respect and appreciate each other's differences. I won't read the rest. I'll just talk from my heart. I'm Cuban American. I came when I was 6 years old. I couldn't speak any English whatsoever. And I went to a girl-boy school. And it helped me tremendously because it helped me associate with all children, boys and girls. And as a little girl, I was always, afraid to speak English, number one, and number two, even have to deal with boys. And just being in the situation with my girlfriends and boyfriends and just being in the whole picture, it helped me grow as a student. In Covington Middle School, I teach ESL in Spanish. I deal with children just like myself every single day, a lot of my girls. And being in a situation where they deal with boys and girls, they grow, they learn how to deal with situations just in society in general. It just works, and it's very successful. And I plead with you today to just allow us to continue to open our doors for our girls and our boys, because we care for all of them. I hope you consider that. Thank you.
Dawn Piper, Laurie Hunter, Joe Broom.
Good evening. I grew up in South Austin. I live and love South Austin. For the past several years, AISD has been sanctioning social separation. First, separating girls from boys, then rich from poor, now boys from girls. In the South Austin I grew up in, we valued diversity as people of differing socioeconomic backgrounds and ethnicities went to school together and learned together. If this board decides to convert Covington into a boys' school, once again, you'll be sanctioning a form of separation, and you will once again be displacing some of the exact same families you displaced when you opened Ann Richards School. Covington once reflected the diverse community it served. I sadly say once reflected because of this district's continued acceptance of student transfers out of Covington for no apparent educational purpose, and to further this abandonment has denied transfers in. AISD has systematically reduced our numbers and diversity and created our recent under-enrolled status. 18,000 surveys regarding a boys' school were sent out, and only about 5% were returned. Were the 5% of survey respondents asked if they would approve their neighborhood school being sacrificed for the boys' school? Not a neighboring school somewhere in the area, but their neighborhood school. Were the surveys sent to the families of the girls that would be displaced with the establishment of a boys' school? Do we really want to destroy a successful neighborhood school because 5% of people respond to a survey? And we may not know their true intent in responding. Possibly the interest is not in a boys' school, but in the resulting boundary changes that will occur following. Again, another separation and isolation of a community will be subversely supported by AISD. Covington is a great school. Look at our academic successes. Look at our climate surveys. We serve a special education population twice the district average and an ELL population greater than 3 of our neighboring schools combined. Covington exemplifies the diversity of our city, a quality AISD purports to value. Please protect Covington. Thank you.
Laurie Hunter, Joe Broom, and Angie Bielko. Thank you.
Hi, I'm a parent of 3 former Covington students. My husband and I oppose an all-boys school, and we do not understand why AISD is targeting Covington. All these years, it has been an academically acceptable campus every single year. Its teachers do an effective job meeting the needs of a beautifully diverse campus of students. Why would AISD target a campus with such positive parent surveys? The latest parent survey that came out, 89 parents responded, and 100% said, I believe that my child likes to go to school, compared to 81% of parents at other middle schools. They also 100% said, my child's school is a safe learning environment, as opposed to 78%. And also, they agreed the educational experience at my child's school is just as good or better than any other school in the district. That's 100% compared to the other parents, 69%. I do not understand why you would target a fiscally responsible school. If you look at the Texas Comptroller's latest FAST report, you would see that Covington has the best ranking and the lowest spending per pupil. Over the past 4 years, I've witnessed Covington blossom, especially in the fine arts. We have an award-winning band, art programs. We have a great educational garden. Covington is the only middle school south of the river with a theater auditorium. Our teacher, Q Taylor, and his wife have built an amazing and impressive theater program there. Parents make amazing costuming and props. Students direct all the plays. They run the soundboard and the lights. Covington's strong suit is fine arts. If you want Covington to be anything, I would like to propose it to be the Covington Fine Arts Academy, where 700 students would remain, along with 300 applicants from all over Austin who could attend and choose to be a part of this wonderful community. Thank you.
Joe Broom and Angie Bielko.
I'm Joe Broom from Aikens High School, and I'm the animation and video game design teacher. And I'm really excited to meet you in person because over the past few years, I've really enjoyed how you are so persistent and productive and you communicate like this. But there are 3 things I just wanted to take the chance to get to say to you. One is that when I moved from Maryland to here, I went down $14,000 in pay. And I just wanted you to be alerted to that. I think about it more than I ever thought I would. Had to move here because of family, and $14,000 a year gone. And the second thing is that I really want you to stay focused with the finances on Kate, or now that it's CTE. Mm-hmm. And because the price of equipment is unbelievable, and it shocks everybody when we do have to turn in our requests. The third thing is that there is some gossip, I don't know whether it's true or not, that the new high school might end up in the west side of the South rather than the east, where there are so many kids down there. And we're already squashing as many as we can into the classroom at Aikens as it is. Thank you very much for how dedicated you've been.
Angie Belko.
Hi, my name is Angie Bielko, and I'm a parent at Doss Elementary, and I have a first grader as well as a younger preschool child. I'm here to speak about the fact that Doss has maxed out both in its permanent capacity and its portables. The district has told the school that we can add no more portables. The problem with this situation is that in the meantime, we are in extreme from a demographic age perspective. We are at the two bookends. 3 of my 8 neighbors, in fact, are in their 70s and 80s, and most of my street is that way. As an IB feeder pattern and the launch of the Chinese immersion program and additional world languages, our neighborhood is becoming extremely popular. My family itself relocated. We gave up a house 3 times the size in Round Rock ISD to move to this program. We moved into an apartment. We were fortunate enough to find a house in June. Since then, I know very few people in this school. I've met 3 other families who have done the exact same thing I have. We have all lived in apartments a third of the size of our prior houses because languages are so important to us, both Spanish and Chinese. We're very enthusiastic about it. The problem is only going to get worse. We physically have no more space for children. And while all of the recommendations and requirements in front of the board I respect and are very important, at the basic, we must provide a physical space for children by law. We have no space at Doss, so I urge you to address this issue immediately. Thank you very much.
Is that all, Rich? Okay, great. Thank you so much for coming out and sharing your perspective with us. I also would just like to acknowledge that Cheryl Bradley, one of our trustees, who's here tonight, and I think Vincent Torres, Desi, and Mr. Schneider. Oh, they're in the back. So, and of course, Lori Moya. So thank you all for coming out tonight, and we'll all be around to answer any other questions. I really appreciate it, and please continue to give us your feedback. Thank you.